What up? It's your boy, Dick Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again, and this is my discussion / review for 911 Season 3, Episode 17, Part 1 of the two-part season finale, and it was absolutely wonderful, man. I really, really loved it, and I'm not complaining that we only got Part 1. I thought we was going to get Part 1 and Part 2 tonight, but it's 911. I can wait another week to see the season finale because it seems like stuff is going down. Let's get into this review, man. Okay, man, a lot of stuff went down in this episode, and this is only part 1 of the season finale. I'm going to touch on a lot of the stuff that I really liked and enjoyed, and then we'll just kind of deal with the rest as it goes on. I really enjoyed Athena getting the serial rapist off the streets, because we saw how many women he inflicted damage to, how many women he hurt, and I honestly thought they were kind of going to drag it out all the way into the second part of the season finale, but they wrapped it all up dealing with him in the very first part, and I'm actually okay with that because it seems like the second half is going to really focus on the train derailment with Connie Britton and aka Abby coming back. So that's going to be his whole thing on its own. So honestly, wrapping everything up with the serial rapist and Athena's part in that, in the first part, I'm okay with that because it put it all out on the table. We got all the information, and it was a nice, satisfactory ending because, boy, it got heavy. I know I'm kind of starting like backwards with the show, but it's just because I really had to get this out there, man. It got super heavy with Athena's role in taking down the serial rapist, man. It was so, everybody heard the call. We see her going to check on the storage because they finally found that one footprint of it ended up being the storage facility of the dude's whereabouts, because everything else was kind of generally located right there in the middle of the map, but this was kind of just out and about to the outskirts of town. So there's like, well, why is he going out here when there's easier coffee spots within the city limits? But he's out here at this place. So Athena happens to go there, check it up. She hears some noises, so she decides to check it out. So she goes in, and boom, bam, she bumps into the dude. And we get the dispatch call to Maddie from Athena telling dispatch that she's going to check it out, and she relays the message. And they go in, and the next thing you know, we hear her and the dude getting into a scuffle, and we hear the sounds, the grunts, the punches being thrown, the rattling and everything. We hear everything. We don't see it. We see glimpses and bits, and it's even filmed in the dark, so you can't really tell who's winning and what's going on. And it made you sit on the edge of your seat and kind of worry that Athena may not make it out, because as much as I love Athena and the fact that, she's a sergeant and she doesn't have a partner, it's just her. That's the cool part. That's the bad part that you look, you're like, yeah, that's kind of boss. She doesn't need a partner. But in instances like this, you kind of wish she had a partner, because this would have happened if she had a partner. And not even the fact that because she couldn't wait because she saw things going on, and he probably would have had a chance to get away if she waited. But if she had a partner, it wouldn't have went that route. But at the end, we still hear them scuffling, and a gunshot goes off, and we're all distraught. The characters, Bobby, Maddie, the whole 911 dispatch, the whole 118 company, everybody else that's listening to the call, we're all in shock and awe, because we don't know. We felt like she wouldn't have died, but like we definitely knew that she was going to be injured. And we see that she didn't get shot, or she didn't die, but she's very heavily injured, just like we suspected. But she also apprehended the suspect, which is nothing but greatness on Athena's part. And I just really love that from Angela Bassett's character. And we kind of see that, she was put through the mill, and that affected Bobby, Michael, May, and Harry, and the whole 118 and the whole 911 dispatch. It affected a lot of people just listening and hearing and seeing Athena like that. And even us as viewers, it really resonated with us as well. And we're at that moment to where it's like, there's a possibility, like, could she be hurt? We were actually terrified. I know I was. And it's crazy, man. But at the end, it kind of resolved itself. And then at the end, we see May telling her that, I don't care. I want to take a picture with you, and I want to remember you in my prom, in her prom photo and everything, because Mom, you won. You captured him. And these scars and bruises are a victory. These are showcasing your victory. You won. And it was so epic. And I love 911, but I love the relationship between Bobby and Michael and how it coincides with Athena and Harry and May. It's just such a wonderful feeling to see all of them be there together. And I guess that's my segue to go into Michael. We see Michael this episode, and we know he has to go check up on his brain tumor, and he has a checkup, and they're probably we're all crossing our fingers that he doesn't have the tumor anymore. And we really won't know until next week. They teased that it seems like it's going to be good news at the end of the episode, but we don't know. We have to find out next week. But this episode, we see him kind of going through a little bit of worry because he doesn't know if it's going to be good news or bad news. He's kind of waiting on the other shoe to drop, but he doesn't really know. But in this whole time, there's a blackout, and he's trapped in the elevator with this doctor. Now, with this happening, I honestly didn't expect the doctor to be hitting on Michael a little bit, but I'm kind of glad he did, because if Michael gets good news, then that opens up a new pathway for Michael to finally be happy, and he doesn't have to just watch Bobby and Athena. I mean, we know he's okay being on the outskirts, but I kind of want somebody for Michael as well. And I felt like that was a wonderful segue to give them that moment with them trapped in the elevator. It was nice. I'm a architect. Well, I'm a doctor, so it was nice to have that back and forth. Man, it was so good this episode. Then we have all of the cases. I felt like all of the cases were just extra because they're first responders, so they have to have cases. But I felt like all of the cases were extra in this episode. They were fun and good cases to be solved, but I felt like they were extra, like the guy in the meat locker, the girl in the hot air balloon. Like, they all resonated with problems, but I felt like they were all extra. Even the one with the lady in the rescuing the trees, and she got electrocuted and stuff. Like, I felt like it was extra compared to the actual main part of the story that we got, which was Athena and Bobby's emotion. And we also got to see kind of a little bit mini conflict resolution between Josh and the dude that attacked him. Josh was having this whole turmoil about whether if he wanted to testify in court. And at the end of the episode, we see that he did, because Maddie kind of talked him into it. It was like, well, you're feeling like you're powerless. So if you testify in court against him, I feel like you can get some of your power back that was taken away from you. And I felt that was a nice message, because we know Maddie felt vulnerable like that dealing with Doug and everything. So I felt like coming from her, it was a good response, and it needed to be said, because you shouldn't let him get away with it, Josh. You testifying in court will definitely take back the power that he took from you. What else did we have? Like I said, it was just a fun episode, especially part 1 of the season finale. But we also had like a very serious, well, not serious, but like a sad moment along with the Athena moment for me, is because Hen's wife thought she was cheating on her, but she ended up talking to the doctor when she was the surgeon in the ER. And Hen's thinking about becoming a doctor. I mean, I don't know. I guess that opens the door, especially for next season, for us to have another EMT join the team, since Hen probably isn't going to be an EMT anymore. But I feel like Chim. I don't know how to feel about Hen leaving. I mean, I love Hen being on the team. I mean, she's a firefighter, she's an EMT, and she brings a different dynamic to the team. She's the only woman on the team, not in the whole firehouse, but on like the specific team for the truck for 118. And her leaving and becoming a doctor is kind of heartbreaking, man. I'm glad for her and happy for her at the same time, because we all knew it was coming that way once she saved that man, and the doctor was like, congratulations, and they gave her the white coat. I knew this was where it was heading, but I kind of regretted it at the same time. I didn't want it to happen, and it did, and it's a sad thing, man. So season 4, I feel like we're going to lose Hen to becoming a doctor. But that will open the door for someone else to join the squad and be a new EMT. And then at the end of the episode, we see everything kind of break off into the part 2, where we see Connie Britton, the train, and everything. And we find out that she has a fiance on the train. What does this mean for Buck? Come on, Abby. You left him, then you go get you a fiance. Man, okay, man. This is your boy Dick Incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them. And subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Peace out.